Desberia is a mother of a fine young man. And when I say fine young man, he's only just a year and some months old. That's Desberia's son. Desberia is an accountant. She's a business owner. She is scaling her goals like I can't imagine. I don't even want to preempt what Desberia is doing. And I started working with Desberia in October 2020 when she was part of the 5-day challenge. So I will now give this time to Desberia to take us through her journey. So over to you, Desberia.
Thank you very much, Coach Z. Good evening, extraordinary ladies. Allow me to start sharing my screen before I proceed. Just a moment. This is the title of my message tonight, Stepping Out. I would want us to write in the chat box what we think about stepping out, or maybe one person to unmute themselves and let me know what they think of the statement, the phrase, stepping out. Just one to unmute and the rest in the chat box. I'll follow the chat box as soon as I'm done with this. Any
one
volunteer?
step at a time?
One
Hello?
step at a time. I heard that. Beautiful. Thank you so much. The lady you are seeing tonight is Desberia Mutara, and I am proud to be me. But I'll take you a few steps back to my past 3 years. And it's going to be interactive in the first few minutes. I like the comments, taking up a challenge, coming out of comfort zone, getting out of one's comfort zone. Wow, keep them coming. But let's look at this. This is me in 2018. What are you seeing? One person to shout it, unmute and shout it. What do you see? What do you think of this picture? I like the eyes so much. Do you read the eyes? One person, please.
The picture says that you don't want to get out of bed. There's nothing to live for. No need to do anything.
Wow, I love that. No further comments. I have another one.
Worried.
Another one, the last of it. Let's type in the chat box. I'll definitely follow them. These are the facts according to the United Nations on their website on 30 January 2020. 2W greater than 1M. To me, it means 2 women are likely to be affected by depression as opposed to men, 2:1. One man suffering from depression, there are 2 women equally depressed. Just pushing 2/3, no medical attendance. It means 2 people of every 3 that are affected by depression, they don't get any assistance. Imagine women being more affected and the majority don't get assistance. This is very worrying, right? The third fact, people between the ages of 15 to 22, they are likely to die of depression as a second factor. I like what Stella said, making mental health fashionable. But imagine, second highest cause of death between 15 and 29 years. Then I found a very big word as I was going through my journey, agoraphobia. Agoraphobia. I like it, word of the day. It means the fear of getting out to meet people, the fear of socializing. Ladies, I'm going to take you through my journey to where I am today. I just stopped my slideshow because for now I'm done with it. The photos that I've shown you, they span a 3-year lifespan. That was part of my life that I wasn't me. So in those 3 years, I could say I went through hell, but I am out and smiling, as you can see. Depression is one thing that I'll talk of today. And I wish I had met Stella in the next 10 years, and I know I'm making women's health fashionable, women's mental health fashionable. Imagine you are so lost and you don't know what to do in a situation that you feel very lonely and alone. Life was happening to me. The first thing that happened, newly married and happy, yes, beautiful. But a few months down the line, it wasn't as beautiful as it was. Things started to happen. And coming from an African family where people believed if you get married, the first thing that you have to do, produce offsprings. I had forgotten to put that on my wedding vows. But anyway, reality faced me face to face. As if that's not enough. I remember the story in the Bible where the adversary of Hannah was another woman. But to me, no, this time women are clean. My spouse became the number one person to put salt in the wound. It was a blow, but I thought I would lift myself out of it, but very wrong. I was very, very wrong. Now, the marriage is bitter. I'm termed barren. That's number 2. And both are major causes of depression, even single-handedly. I had a work that I didn't love so much. I was depressed by it because at the end of the day, I was doing things that I thought were an insult to my intelligence. And I was hanging in there because of a salary. I didn't like my work. Another thing happened because now I was going through divorce proceedings. And I was working in an organization where there are whistleblowers. As fate could have it, someone whistleblowed, and wow, I was given a notice without pay and benefits. Now, I am jobless, I have no marriage, going through a nasty divorce, and still as barren could have it. By the way, it was medically proved. There I am. I was born an introvert. I was already keeping things to myself. I had colleagues, I had acquaintances, but I was their friend and them not my friend. Things were not as good as they wanted to be. I knew I had to get out of there. For some funny reasons, I even requested for a therapist on Facebook, got words of them. But you know what? I needed therapy to see a therapist. So I sank more and more into depression. At one point, I had a friend, a sister, Desberia, where are you? Well, I'm in Bedford, sis. Where are you? Can I pass by? I found all the excuses in my cabinet to say no, but it was too late. You know what I did? I put a blanket on my head and cried. Agoraphobia, I didn't want any people into my space. What space was it? The space of disarray. I had no more reason to live. As if that is not enough, I'm a firstborn in a family of 4, and the first person to work formally in our family. I'm talking of the extended family. I'm the first grandchild, first everything. And as fate could have it, the black tax was weighing heavily on me. Luckily, I wasn't a network marketer. But to those who have tried network marketing, it only works whilst you work. I was in depression, so my business got depressed. Income, I was struggling to feed them, to pay for their education. I felt very overwhelmed, and that contributes to more depression. You can find the space that I was in. It's now better that I'm out of it, that I can smile through it. It was so bad. I was hiding from everyone. I had a friend, a social media. But you know what? If your mind is not clean, navigating through the streets of social media is as depressing as depression itself. All you see, happy couples. I wasn't a part of a happy couple. All you see, people in successful businesses and work. My business wasn't working. My work, I was jobless. All you see, birthdays, pregnant women, and so forth. To me, nothing was existing and working as I thought. More depression. But one day, something popped up on my timeline. She just said, 5-day challenge on your life. To me, something ringed in my mind. I remembered an exuberant Desberia. I remembered the girl who never begged off to challenge. I remembered as someone who was speaking, by the way, I was forgetting passwords, bank pins, and everything. It was so sad. But she said, on your life challenge. I said, interested. It was a half-minded interested. For some fun reasons, she got in touch. And she said, wow, excited, exuberant. She had all things that I wanted that moment, but that I wasn't. And she said, I'll make a call for you, a discovery call, and it will be 1 hour. What? 1 hour? Talking to who? To me? I used to say hello, bye-bye to my mother and father. Others, if I don't text you, I don't WhatsApp you, we don't talk. She wants 1 hour with me? Okay. That was the most uncomfortable hour I've ever had in my life. She was asking all the right questions, and my mind was blacking out. And I had to be open after a very uncomfortable 1 hour. Or maybe before that ended, I said, my mind is disconnecting because I was forgetting things that should have been at my fingertips. Finally, she said, you are the right person. Wow, terrific. I'm the right person. Oh, okay. I just followed through, but I gave it my all. That's one thing. The 5-day challenge. What were we doing? Doing the vision, our mission, revisiting our goals, working on our mind, and all those things that make up a full human being. To me, that's everything that I wanted. And of course, I gave it my all. I had to learn financial literacy for someone who's done maths, accounts, and money all her life, but I was in disarray. I was even in abject poverty. We did that, and I thought, wow, beautiful. That's a first step. Now I can try to pull myself out. And she said, no. I'm not done with you. I'm actually taking you along. And there was a next project. It was a 90-day, and some were going for one full year being coached and taught. To me, a life coach never existed in my vocabulary. I actually needed therapy to see one therapist. But anyway, I wanted to give it my all. I was now getting into a better frame of mind, but I was broke. And I said, I don't have the money, and thinking that I don't have the money to do this is stressing me. Can I call it quits? I stepped back. And she said, no, and she held my hand. You are exactly the person that I needed, and I'm not leaving you behind. In the 90 days, we did a wheel of life, touching everything that makes a human being. Finances, family, love, relationship, babies. And there's one thing that I liked. Every weakness that I had was her strength. And to me, when she said, I don't know if I love anymore, she said, beautiful. We can start from there. That's insane, I thought. But anyway, I followed through. I said, I am a student. I emptied everything that I thought I knew. It didn't work for me. I couldn't lift myself up as much as I wanted. And I followed through. It was exciting. One thing that I liked, we had a women network. The people that I wanted, my vibe. Those who were tired of being in the same spot, who wanted to step up and step out. Those are my tribe, the people that I was looking for in a non-judgmental situation, in an environment that uplifted each other. And yes, I tried before connecting with my friends that I thought I had, who were my high school friends, colleagues. And what we did, I tried opening up to them, and the next thing they'd set some fire blaze on the social media, and the people that I never wanted them to know what had happened to me, and that was sad. But those women were different. They would check on you, they would push you to achieve your goals. And yes, we set some goals. I remember then I was struggling to have $1 to buy bread, struggling to pay my rentals in my 2 rooms. I would call it apartment. But that was a place that I never wanted to be. The video call that I did with the lady on the Discovered 4 was very uncomfortable. I didn't like the backgrounds. I didn't like everything. It was quiet. All my things from work, from my married life, there was quiet in it. And I didn't like it at home. But anyway, we later learned to decongest. And I'm happy that I have a space that I can be proud of. After doing the 90 days, wow, I came out looking more like me. In those 90 days, we had a book club. You know how beautiful it is when you are giving your minds enough food every day. Imagine my best book so far, the 5 a.m. club, working on you, now working on Desberia. I was working for my siblings, I was working for my spouse's family, my parents, and I was dehydrating my life of the energy, of the zeal, because I was focusing more on them. But we learned I needed more of me to give to them. You can't give what you don't have. I didn't have myself. Then I had to work on myself. As if that is not enough, we're following our goals. And I achieved things that I never thought I would achieve. Anyway, to those who don't know how to achieve and how excited it is, the excitement you would have after achieving your goals, as broke as I was, as jobless as I was, I managed to revive my networking. And with that, I boosted my projects. I'm a Boer God farmer, bought a grinding mill, a Dihala, and those are $1,000 investments. And if you're not working, that 1,000 to me was 10,000 right now. I was so excited. I never worried about feeding my family, as extended as it was. I started to gain my confidence back. The Desberia, the exuberant, the lady with a very powerful voice was coming back. Besides achieving many of my goals, even if someone says, are you ready to party? I'll say, yes, pop champagne, pop. I'll definitely go. And I'm no longer self-conscious. But before, I was worried if I'm going to be a good mom to my son. He was very unstable. At one moment when he was 4 months old, he beat when he was breastfeeding. I slapped him. And I just felt bad about it. And I realized I was in a mental turmoil. But not anymore. Not anymore. That is where I am now. But my outlook, let's look into the future. Maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years, maybe 30 years from now. What will be happening to me? Now I have my voice. My mind is not disconnecting to my mouth. I can speak whenever, given the circumstance. That's me. I love speaking. I can socialize. Oh, I was an introvert who was in lockdown in a cocoon. Now I'm out, bloomed as a sunflower, shining. I think I'm graduating to be an extrovert. Don't you think so? Of course, you'd think I am an extrovert. I'm still migrating. Now I can talk. And the funny thing, even if I was in those stages of my life, people would come and ask for advice. I think I am a voice for those who are not able to lift themselves up, who don't know the right roads on how to be themselves, or the more they expect them to be, achieving the full version of themselves. That's now what I'm fighting for. As I'm growing financially, wisdom, every areas of my life, the wheel of life is so many wheels, and it's now fixing, trying to balance, and it's rotating. I'm loving it. This is what I'm living with you. If you cannot in no way lift yourself up, find help. I found help after 3 good years, and by accident, I should be honest, but we are better educated now. Find your help, find your vibe, find your community. I can talk, member of Toastmasters Club. I am developing myself, a member of Book Club, and you know what? I'm now a public relations director for Nru Foundation, officer in our global Women Toastmaster Club, and Joshua Ngomo Scholarship Alumni Funds. I can talk points, but the best of it all, I am myself. I am loving myself. The journey that I walked, if I don't look back, I might think I was as jovial as this. Those are the 3 years of my life wasted, but replaced with 7 more years. And more is coming from your girl, Desberia. Excited. Thank you so much. Over to you, hosts.
Desberia, I'm at a loss of words. Just having been part of your journey from October last year and hearing you speak now, all I can say is I thank God for allowing me to do what I do. And this is where I find I'm living out my calling. And this is, I would say, the ministry that I'm enabled to do. So thank you so much for sharing your story and for stepping out, stepping out, stepping out. Let us step out. And so as Desberia said, she's a voice for the voiceless, for someone who had lost her voice and has been able to find her voice. We thank you for sharing your voice with us.